Thoroughbred Action is presented by Hardacre Farm.
Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm Ron Nicoletti. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon. We have 12 races to get to, so let's quickly go to track announcer Pete Aiello with all the conditions.
Sunday's card begins with a fast main track, a firm turf course, and temperatures reached 80 here this afternoon. First of the day over the turf at about 7.5 furlongs. Claimers in for a price tag of $16,000. Scratch the 4 and 8, a field of 9. First race favorite was number 1, Abbott.
Racing at Gulfstream. A step slow to begin was Il Ferroni. It was a good start for Prue in the center of the racetrack with the favorite Abbott moving up down toward the inside. Classic move. Comes away racing in third. Then to the outside and moving in fourth is Lone Trader with Could Be between horses. He's about 4 lengths off the lead in the red cap. Following him and inside is King Morrow. He's about 6 lengths off the pace setter. To his outside goes Burning Wild ahead of Ours Again. And Il Ferroni after a stutter step beginning is last of all as they chase the speed of Prue. Prue and Montalvo open a 3.5 length lead on Abbott, who races in second. Lone Trader is third. Classic move at the inside fourth, followed 2 behind by Could Be in fifth. Then it's the team of Burning Wild and King Morrow, 2 in front of Ours Again, who's carefully ridden at the back of the field. He's in the pink colors and about 8 lengths off the lead, and it's 4 more to Il Ferroni. The pace appears strong as Montalvo's let Prue have his own way, and Prue goes to the far turn still on an easy lead of about 4.5. Abbott's going to try to take up the slack second. Lone Trader is third. Classic move is now fourth. Could Be trying to tack on fifth. Still running on as it Could Be. He's in with a chance here. A gap of another 2 lengths for Burning Wild, who improves outside of King Morrow. Ours Again needs to get going, and Il Ferroni's been no factor as Prue still leads. Prue off the turn on top by 2.5. He'll have to re-break as Could Be and Abbott on the attack second and third. From the back and Burning Wild with 1/8 of a mile to go. They've reeled in Prue. It's Could Be and Abbott who kick on. Could Be for a narrow lead. Abbott right along the inside. These two shoulder to shoulder. Could Be outside. Abbott inside. Could Be. It is Could Be in front. Second Abbott. Third Burning Wild. Fourth Lone Trader. Close after that Prue or an on-rushing Ours Again.
Number 7, Could Be, gets the job done. He's turned into a pretty handy horse for trainer Dave Fox, who owns this horse in partnership with Donald Roberts. Leading jockey Luis Saez on board for the winning ride. Number 1, Abbott was second. Number 11, Burning Wild, ran third. To the second race now on the start of the early pick 4, 1 mile over the main track. Claimers in for a price tag of $6,250. Scratch the 9, Shootist. The favorites included the 4, Dance Around, and the 5, Luminary Flight.
And they're off. Good start in the center for Luminary Flight. Dance Around has speed. Here's Headhunter moving to challenge, and up on the outside, it's Prince of England not far away as they run out of the chute. Luminary Flight has an early tussle with Headhunter and Prince of England on the far outside. In between horses, Dance Around makes it a party. 4 horses across the track as they race out of the chute. Altruism races into fifth and moves to the outside under Abby Medina, racing ahead of Wild Force, and the 2 at the back are El Cheval and Little Sky. 23 and 4 for the opening quarter speed, and up front it's Jorge Ruiz and Headhunter in front by a neck. On the outside, Prince of England keeps the pressure on second. 2 back to Luminary Flight third. Dance Around is fourth. 3 wide. Altruism now fifth. So the favorites are in stride. Third, fourth, and fifth, and about 4 lengths off the leader. A gap of 4 to Wild Force, then Little Sky and El Cheval. 46 and 2 for the opening half mile. They're moving right along for this level and distance as they round the far turn. Whip out on Prince of England. The leader now clearly is Headhunter. Headhunter at the 3 furlong point leads by 2.5. On the outside and coming on now, Altruism from between horses, Luminary Flight. From the inside, Dance Around needs to get underway. From the back, Little Sky and El Cheval. They've both had pace to chase with a 1/4 mile left to go. They're both coming on. El Cheval needs some place to go. He has to tap on the brakes. In fact, he had to slam on the brakes. Meanwhile, circling horses was Little Sky. Meanwhile, the leader's still Headhunter. Headhunter now 1/8 of a mile from the money and leads by 2.5. Luminary Flight is second. Little Sky on the outside. El Cheval on the far outside for Diego Gomez. 16th to go. Headhunter's trying to get home. Headhunter 2.5. Up into second, Little Sky. Time ticking away. They can't reach Headhunter. He won it by a length in the end. Close for second, Little Sky or El Cheval. Luminary Flight finished fifth.
Trainer Steve Owens, wintering in South Florida for the first time, has made a bit of an impact. He had White Moon win earlier in the meet, and he gets a homebred to win today with number 2, Headhunter, going all the way under Jorge Ruiz. Steve owns, trains, and bred the son of Head Chopper. Second, number 7, Little Sky, ahead of the 3, El Cheval, who ran third. Time for a commercial break. When we come back, the Sunday card rolls on. Don't go away.
We have to take care of these horses that, give us so much joy.
Being accredited by the TAA gives us instant credibility.
People trust us even more than they have before because they know that the TAA has been to all of our locations and that our horses are well cared for.
I mean, this farm wouldn't look the way it is, these horses wouldn't look the way they are if it wasn't for the generosity and the hard work of the Aftercare Alliance.
They've united our whole industry in terms of the aftercare movement.
We're all working together for the same purpose.
Back now for race number 3 on the card at 6.5 furlongs. Maiden Claimer is in for a price tag of $12,500. We have a field of 9. The favorite was the 9, Inverted.
And they're off. Inverted away well, so was King Wildcat from between horses. Peckin is being sent to try to get to the lead, and Peckin will have to land second behind Inverted, who has the lead. King Wildcat is third on the outside, and Bravely Bold from fourth, then Tony Tomato and Berlin Rocket, followed by No Drinking Rules, Ovechkin Yager, and at the back of the field is Steve's Sonata, as Jose Ortiz has the favorite on the engine with Inverted. Inverted to the half-mile point, leads by a length and a half. Peckin, the nearest pursuer, second. Third on the outside to Bravely Bold, then comes King Wildcat. Up on the outside, No Drinking Rules. He begins to pass horses, and he's on the move. No Drinking Rules all the way up into fourth. Trying to run on from the back is Ovechkin Yager. Berlin Rocket driven, not responding. Steve Sonata's played no role so far with less than 3/8 of a mile to go. Inverted goes to the top of the stretch with the advantage. Peckin is second. Bravely Bold is third. No Drinking Rules made a middle move, and he's now flattening out ahead of King Wildcat and Ovechkin Yager with a 1/4 mile left to go. With the lead, it's still Inverted. He comes off the turn after a 46.5 mile, and he has the lead. Peckin toward the inside, Bravely Bold drifting out in the center, then King Wildcat, as there's now an 1/8 of a mile left to go, and Inverted leads by 2.5. Bravely Bold trying to get to him second. King Wildcat's on the outside, but nobody gets to Inverted. 4 to 5 is easy money. Inverted in front. Second is Bravely Bold. Third is King Wildcat, and then No Drinking Rules and Peckin.
Favorite takes care of business in today's third race is number 9, Inverted, went right to the top and never faces serious threat, winning in his second career start under jockey Jose Ortiz for trader Eddie Keneally and owners Eddie Keneally and Brian Chenvert. Second was 8, Bravely Bold at a nice price ahead of number 5, King Wildcat, who ran third. We turn our attention next to race number 4, Claimers at 6.5 furlongs over the main track, and for a price tag of $6,250. Some key scratches here. Scratch the 1 Rah Rah, 4 Fiore, and 5 Coquevacoa. Race time favorite was number 8, First Distinction.
And they're off. The favorite, First Distinction, the first to break the line, being sent hard by jockey Luis Saez. He wants her on a clear lead. She'll get a clear lead. She leads a length and a 1/4. The Gray Indominus is now into second ahead of Arella Princess is third, followed by Recent Transactions down at the inside fourth. Roraima is fifth, and the early trailer is I'm Really Something. They head to the half-mile point. All the late money. 2 to 5 now on the leader, First Distinction. She leads by 2. Second is Arella Princess. Third is Indominus. Fourth is Roraima through a 22-4 opening quarter. Back to fifth, Recent Transactions, and trying to get started as I'm Really Something as they round the far for a far turn. 3/8 of a mile left to go. First Distinction cruising so far. She leads by 3. Second, Indominus. Third, Arella Princess. Fourth is Roraima. I'm Really Something is next. Then at the back of the field, Recent Transactions as they go a 1/4 of a mile from home. It's First Distinction in front. Saez just got after to try to re-break again as Indominus is creeping a bit closer. Roraima's on the far outside, and in between horses, Arella Princess. First Distinction cut the corner. That helped her cause. She leads by 3. Indominus not going away yet. She's out second and trying to get to her with an 1/8 of a mile left to go. First Distinction needs another 1/16 of a mile. She has a 4-length lead. Indominus is game, but she's only second best to First Distinction, who's a wire-to-wire winner. Indominus is second. Close for third, maybe Arella Princess over Recent Transactions at 118-4.
When Fiore and Coquevacoa were withdrawn in today's fourth race, Safi Joseph Jr. had to like what he saw. His First Distinction was the controlling speed, and she went right to the top and never looked back under jockey Luis Saez for the drawing away stable. 7 Indominus was second ahead of the 2 Recent Transactions, who ran third. We move now to the fifth race, first finish line race at a mile and a 16th. Allowance optional claiming event, price tag here $50,000. 6 to the gate, favorite was the 1, You're to Blame.
And they're off. From the inside, that's You're to Blame who gets the first call. On the outside, Icatiro is showing speed. Carlino in a bit tight. Now Fayek joins the party, so they're 3 across the course as Carlino wanted to back out of there anyway. He'll land fourth, and he's about 3 lengths behind. The 2 at the back are Aurora Way working ahead of Fremento as they round the first turn. Fayek in between horses. You're to blame along the rail. 3 wide and Nicotero. Racing in fourth is Carlino, 2 in front of Aurora Way, and then the trailer Fremento. Opening quarter, 24-1. For this caliber at this distance, that's not fast. Into the backstretch, they run with You're to Blame in front. Fayek is second, 3 wide, Icatero third. Gap of 3 lengths back to the inside, and Carlino from fourth. Aurora Way in the 2-path fifth, at about 6 lengths off the pace setter, and he works 5 in front of Fremento. They move now to the half-mile point of the contest. The leader is You're to Blame. Relaxed up front under Jockey Javier Castellano. Has the advantage a length and a quarter through a 47 and 2/2 mile. Racing in second and driven now is Fayek, 3 wide, and Nicotero third. Carlino given the green light to try to make some ground. Aurora Wade moving well on the outside of him. And the trailer remains Fremento. The leader remains You're to Blame. They go to the first finish line. You're to Blame held together by Castellano. Nicotero launching an attack on the outside. Second, Fayek is an all-in third. Now Aurora Way is asked to quicken. He's fourth. 2 back to Carlino. Then the trailer is Fremento. As Fremento now gets out of last after 3 quarters in 1:11 and 3. You're to Blame enters the short stretch with the advantage. You're to Blame, well rationed by Castellano and moving away from Icatero. Fremento's up to third. Aurora Way is fourth. At even money, put a ring around. You're to Blame. You're to Blame will win it easily by 3.5 lengths. Second is Icatero. Third is Fremento. Then Aurora Way. Back to Carlino, and Fayek wound up last in 1:43-1.
Number 1, You're to Blame secured the early lead and the rail and went pretty slow in the early stages of the contest. That allowed jockey Javier Castellano to kick it into overdrive on the Son of Distorted Humor. He wins well today for trainer Todd Pletcher and the Bordalazzo stable. Second, number 6, Icatero. Third was the 5, Fremento. We move now to race number 6 and start at pick 3. Race 6 at 1 mile over the turf. Maidens of the special weight variety. Scratch number 6, Ox Bro. Off-time favorite was number 4, Funny Duck.
And they're off. Funny Duck will weigh well. Here's the stretch out speed of Isolated to go looking for the lead, and Isolated will land in front as they pass the wire the first time. Funny Duck is second. Sniper Kitten now taken in hand to be third. Yeezus Star is fourth, followed fifth by Divide. The 2 at the back are Preacher Power and Dig In. Into the first turn they go, and trying to harness the speed of Isolated is jockey Edgard Zayas with the 2-length lead over Funny Duck in second. Down at the inside, that Sniper Kitten following along third. Divide is fourth. Yeezus Star is now fifth ahead of Preacher Power and Dig In. Field separated by 6 lengths as they roll into the backstretch. It's Isolated in front. He leads now after an opening quarter in just 25 seconds flat. On the outside, Funny Duck keeps the pressure on second. Racing in third is Sniper Kitten. In the 2-path fourth is Divide, beginning to improve a touch now. He's in front of Yeezus Star, who's 3 wide. Preacher Power is second last, but confidently handled in the early stages of the contest, and the trailer is Dig In. All in with a chance with less than half a mile to go through a 49 and 4/2 mile. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn with Isolated in front. Funny Duck is still second, toward the outside, Divide third. Sniper Kitten's had an uneventful journey, fourth and needing racing room. Meanwhile, here's Leparu on Preacher Power fifth. So the top 5 in the wagering are the top 5 at the quarter pole as they run now into the stretch. Isolated has the lead. Funny Duck is second. Sniper Kitten looks for room, and circling horses is Preacher Power. Divide did not go on with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Isolated and on the outside, and coming on is Funny Duck, but here's the run from Preacher Power. Slamming on the brakes is Sniper Kitten. Funny Duck to a short lead. Isolated and Preacher Power second and third. It's Funny Duck in front. Second, Preacher Power. Isolated is in a photo for third with Sniper Kitten, then Divide in 1:38 and 2.
4, Funny Duck as the public pick gets the job done here today under jockey Tyler Gaffleone, trainer Rusty Arnold, and the Calumet Farm. Son of Distorted Humor had been knocking on the door. He breaks through here today. 5, Preacher Power with a good let kick to get second, ahead of the 2 Isolated, who ran third. Time for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll bring you the Rainbow Six sequence. More than 800,000 in the Rainbow Six right after this.
And Ghost Zipper is pulling away. Ghost Zipper blows them away with an eye-opening performance. Awesome again has won. Ghost Zipper kicking clear. Judy the Beauty.
Back now for race number 7 on the program, the start of today's Rainbow Six sequence. 5 furlongs on turf, maidens of the special weight variety. We had a field of 10. Lukewarm choice here was number 4, Really Proud.
And they're off. Great start inside for Amazing Bell, who hits the ground running from between horses. Aldwood Lane has ridden hard to try to contend, and here's the betting favorite, Really Proud, on the attack early. It will be Amazing Bell in front by a head to Really Proud second. On the outside and third is Heidi Ho. Down at the inside fourth goes Aldwood Lane ahead of Happy Home in between horses fifth. Vamp is on the far outside. Splitting Horses is chosen wisely, racing ahead of Baroness Von Trapp, then Super Committee, and Asphera is last. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Amazing Bell and Tyler Gaffleone hold the inside edge. Heidi Ho moves up alongside second. Three back to Really Proud, who tries to re-rally from third, well clear of the others as they whistled a quarter and 21 flat. Up on the outside, it's Heidi Ho up to take the lead. Back to second is Amazing Bell. Really Proud, now produced by Joel Rosario to try to get to the leader with an eighth of a mile to go. And here comes Really Proud at Heidi Ho. Heidi Ho trying to fend off the challenge from Really Proud. Heidi Ho digs, Really Proud surges, Really Proud's got her. It's Really Proud and Joel Rosario getting up to win it. Heidi Ho was second, Aldwood Lane third, close after that in 56 and 3.
Number 4, Really Proud gets the job done in today's 7th race, winning well off the speed under jockey Joel Rosario for trainer Christophe Clement and Brereton Jones, who also bred the daughter of Kitten's Joy in Kentucky. There was 9, Heidi Ho, for the South Park fans, who ran well to be second, ahead of number 3, Aldwood Lane, who ran third. We move now to the 8th race, start of the late pick 5, a mile and the 16th over the main track, first finish line race. A field of 8 signed on. The favorite was the comebacker, number 5, Hedge Fund.
And they're off. From between horses, Hedge Fund begins well. Iconic is showing speed from the top shelf. Zap, zap, zap wants to get over, but he'll be stuck 3 wide as they head into that first turn run. Away racing in fourth is Meantime, then Splitting Horses, Nature's Fortune. Down at the inside goes Big Dollar Bill. The two at the back are Joshua's Comprise, and parked on his outside is Prince Tito as they round the first turn. Getting loose up front is Hedge Fund and Jose Ortiz. They've opened a 2-length lead on Zap, 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 who's second, so Pletcher is 1-2 early. Down inside, that's Iconic from third, followed fourth by Meantime. Then it's a length and a half back to the inside to Nature's Fortune. Big Dollar Bill is next. It's a gap of 4 to Prince Tito and 2.5 more to Joshua's Comprise, separated by 10.5 lengths in the run down the backstretch after completing a quarter in 24 seconds flat. Up front, the leader remains Hedge Fund. He leads by 2.5 over Zap, Zap, Zap in second. Inside third is Iconic. The position's unchanged inside half a mile from home. Meantime is driven fourth. Back to fifth and Nature's Fortune from Big Dollar Bill. Prince Tito tries to rally, and Joshua's Comprise has been outrun throughout as they round the far turn. It's Hedge Fund doing it nicely. He leads by 2.5 over Iconic second through a 47 4/2 mile. Zap, Zap, Zap is a driven third. It's a gap of 4 lengths back to fourth, and Big Dollar Bill trying to run on as they race with less than a quarter of a mile to go. It's a first finish line race, and Hedge Fund asked to finish the job. Big Dollar Bill continues to roll home. Iconic is second, but Big Dollar Bill might be the stretch danger to the leader as they straighten for home. Hedge Fund leads by 2.5. Big Dollar Bill takes aim on the outside, and Iconic is back to third. Hedge Fund almost home. Big Dollar Bill trying to pick him up on the money. Here's the finish. Hedge Fund will bet it. Big Dollar Bill second. Iconic third. Zap, Zap, Zap ran fourth in 1:43 flat.
Number 5, Hedge Fund, secures the lead, and once he secured the lead, he was on cruise control the rest of the way. He wins well here today under jockey Jose Ortiz, giving Todd Pletcher his second winner of the day. This one for Windstar Farm, China Horse Club International, and SF Racing. It was 1, Big Dollar Bill, who was second, ahead of the 4, Iconic, who ran third. We move now to race number 9 on the card, about 7.5 furlongs over the turf. Maiden claimers in for a price tag of $20,000. Scratch 13, 14, and 15. A field of 12. This was a wide open betting race.
And they're off. Excellent start for Paco and Sacco, who's crossed over from the 11 post, and we've only gone 10 strides. From between horses, We Take Checks is now away in second. Down at the inside goes Stay on Base. He's out of there third. A bit wide through the first turn is Rider of the Blue. With the blinkers on, he has about 4 lengths to make up. Meanwhile, on heels is Loki's Revenge fourth. Down inside goes Trooping the Color. He's only 5 lengths off the lead as well. Get a move on it. 4 wide around the first turn. Racing ahead of 10 Cause. Then to his outside goes Home Jerome. home. It's a length back to an outside running America's Samard. Down at the inside and second last after a good early start was Christmas Treat, and the early trailer, and he's 9 lengths off the lead, is Grand Network. Opening quarter, 24-1. Down the backstretch they go. After the good start, Paco and Sacco leads it by an length. We Take Checks is second. Toward the inside, Stay on Base is now third. Moving up on the outside, Get a Move on It takes over fourth around Rider of the Blue, who's back to fifth. That's all for Loki's Revenge, passed by Trooping the Color. 10 Calls tries to get underway. From between horses and running on from the back is Christmas Treat. Then comes Grand Network as they round the far turn. Up front, it's still Paco and Sacco. He has the lead. Get a Move on It. On the outside, second, Trooping the Color. If he gets through on the rail, he's going to be dangerous, and he does get right through. Here's Trooping the Color. He saved ground, and he kicks on already. Trooping the Color now has the lead at the 8th pole. Paco and Sacco tries to run with him from second. Stay on Base driven in the center of the course. We're down to 3. Trooping the Color has the lead, but Paco and Sacco and Stay on Base on the outside. Stay on Base is up to win it. Stay on Base wins from Paco and Sacco's second. Trooping the Color couldn't parlay that good trip. He had to settle for third in 132 and 1.
Exciting stretch run in today's 9th race. Turning for home, it looked like Trooping the Color was going to parlay a good trip to victory. But that horse hung a bit, and the winner became 1, Stay on Base, who rallies down the center of the course under aggressive handling from Edgar Zayas for trainer Antonio Sano and Top Racing. 11, Paco and Sacco with a great try second, ahead of the 4, Trooping the Color, who had to settle for third. We move now to race number 10 on the program, a mile and an eighth over the turf. A 2-turn contest for his $52,000 purse. A field of 8. The favorite was the 4, Luke Cullen.
They're off. Level beginning. Luke Cullen, one of the first to begin. Up on the outside, Weekend Express has a touch of speed. Toward the rail, here's Byrne, James Byrne, up to challenge for the top. In between horses, Classic Covey not far away. And Luke Cullen, who broke well, is now settled in 4th, about 3 lengths off the lead. Followed in 5th by Glencar, and then Black Sea toward the rail. The 2 at the back are Rocketry and Brucarita. Around the first turn they go, chasing the speed of Byrne. James Byrne in front to half a length. On the outside and Weekend Express second, 2 back to Classic Covey third. Luke Cullen is 4th, followed 5th inside by Black Sea. 3 wide in Glencarn. Then Rocketry, and still nothing yet from Brucarita, but it's awful early as they straighten for their backstretch run. The opening quarter was carved in 24 seconds flat. The leader, Byrne, James Byrne, in front a length and a half. Weekend Express is second. Third at the inside is Classic Covey, followed 4th by Glencarn. Black Sea is at the rail. In between horses, Luke Cullen, followed second last by Rocketry, and Brucarita still confidently handled by Johnny V. Last of all, with about 9 lengths to make up as they go inside the final half mile. 49 seconds for the opening half mile, so everything the way of Byrne, James Byrne, who leads 3 parts of a length. Weekend Express is second, Classic Covey is third, Glencarn 4th. Rocketry 3 wide and Ami improved. Black Sea's got no place to go. Luke Cullen works to the outside, and now Johnny V gives some rein to Brucarita, who will have to go last to first as they swing around the far turn. Only 4 lengths from first to last, and up to take a short lead, Weekend Express, tackled by Rocketry. Luke Cullen in the blue colors moving sharply now, and Luke Cullen cut loose now and up to take the lead. Back to second is Rocketry, then for late run coming from Classic Covey. Down the outside, Black Sea with Brucarita with an 1/8 of a mile to run. Luke Cullen powering away. Luke Cullen and Irad Ortiz Jr. win it easily. They won it by 3 in the end. A wall of horses for second, maybe Brucarita in 148 and 2.
4, Luke Cullen takes care of business. Another very impressive winner from the barn of Kieran McLaughlin, with Irad Ortiz Jr. on board for Godolphin Stable, who also bred this son of Hard Spun in Kentucky. 8, Rocketry second, narrowly over number 3, Brucarita, who ran home from last to get third. Time for a commercial break. Still to come, the late daily double. A mile on turf right after this.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success from the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park. Hardacre Farm, from the breeding shed to the racetrack, in pursuit of producing the best.
Back now for race number 11 on the program, a mile on turf, an allowance optional claiming event. Scratch 6, CM Reap. Scratch 9, JR's Holiday. 8 to the gate in a wide open betting race.
They're off. Good start inside for Saham, who heads off for the early lead. Splitting horses as Hockey School up to challenge and take over. Hockey School will land in front as Brass Compass will land second. Saham wins the break, but is reined back by Castellano to run in third now. English Minister is going to be 3 wide behind the top 3. Then down at the inside goes Hieroglyphics, and in between horses is Profiteer. It's a length back toward the inside to Ring Weekend, and it's a gap of 3 to Murad Khan, who's last of all, as they chase the speed of Hockey School. Hockey School through an opening quarter in 24-1. He leads the way 2.5 lengths over Brass Compass second. It's a gap of 4 lengths. Taken in hand, Saham is third, Profiteer fourth. Hieroglyphics follows at the rail fifth. Then to the outside, an English Minister from sixth, and 2.5 to the trailer, Murad Khan. They head down the backstretch in one of the NHC final table races. It's race 11 at Gulfstream, and the leader remains the early pace setter, Hockey School, a length and a quarter. Brass Compass second. These two really quickened up in that second quarter. The teletimer tells the story as they went 47 flat for that opening half mile. They have a 5-length head start over a Saham, then Profiteer. Ring Weekend begins to get underway. Ring Weekend, he's back in 6th, but he starts to gain ground while 3 wide as they try to get to Hockey School. Hockey School committed for home after 3 quarters and 1:10 flat. Saham comes to call second. Ring Weekend floated out by Profiteer, but they close in tandem. Here comes Ring Weekend on the outside. Ring Weekend let loose here by Jose Ortiz, and he's up for a short lead. Saham and Profiteer try to run with him, but he's too classy and he's too good. He's Ring Weekend in front. Ring Weekend by 2.5. Profiteer second, Saham third. Hieroglyphics is in a photo for fourth with Hockey School in 1:34-3.